Getting frying, baby.
Yes! Woo! Yes! Ladies and gentlemen, buckle in, because today we've got something special in store for you. The grandest spectacle, the greatest show of all, Johnny Bang Bang Show. Here's your host, Robert Gifford.
That's right, it's me. I am the one and only. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go. We is back and back in the saddle. The boys is back. As always, I'm Johnny Bang Bang, a.k.a. Robert Gifford. To my right is the man, Grant, the Mark Clark, a.k.a. Sonny Batunsky. And I believe it's official that the contract negotiations have gone poorly with Fluff McGee, but we're still this week still trying to manage it and see if we can't get him back.
We miss him.
We miss him, the man in the middle. Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? Sonny, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I thought for a second when you opened that you were going to do like a wine tasting kind of thing. And then we started being like, it has notes of cola or something just randomly like that. No,
have you ever done the Coke Pepsi challenge?
No. I feel like
do you think you would know?
I think I could do it. They taste so different to me.
Yeah, they do to me too.
No, but I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Dude, loving life. Can't complain. Had a busy weekend. Just won in poker. Well, I didn't win in poker. I took second in poker, but we chopped, so I won more money than I probably should have. So lots of good things happened this weekend. We didn't come on the show last week.
The boys have been busy.
My man is a football coach. He, his wife was out of town. He had to do some chores doing that. He is all over the map when it comes to his job right now. He's, transitioning to a new job is never easy. There's things asked of you, and you want to make sure you go above and beyond for them. So, the boys have been busy, but we are back in the saddle today with a lot to talk about. And I think the place to start, as always, is, first of all, we were at Summerslam.
Yes, we were.
We were at Summerslam. Grant's boss, who we appreciate, I know he's listening right now. He's a diehard listener since that day. He hooked us up with some free sweet tickets. We got to watch the show live, and it didn't cost us a thing. So
that's awesome.
It was amazing. All you could eat brisket and mac and cheese and beans, and my mouth is watering just thinking about it. But we were there, live and in the flesh. What was your thoughts? Have you ever been to a SummerSlam?
I have not. The only pay-per-views I've been to are Money in the Bank and Survivor Series.
So this was the biggest attendance-wise production you've ever been a part of.
Yeah. Because I've been to like NXT shows the day before the main pay-per-views, and I went to the first AEW Revolution. But there was nothing.
On this.
All right, we got to talk about it right now because that black curtain Vince had.
Oh, damn it! I need a black curtain. If you were live and in person, you know what we're talking about.
Behind Hard Cam, where Hard Cam was, they had a section cut off, and they just had a giant black curtain that they were shining laser lights on. And
that's the thing.
Rob pointed out, and I think it was the rest of the night was our whole just Vince McMahon voices about, we got the bloodline feud, but I need my curtain.
It was one of those things where it's like, guys, I'm not here to change anything. All right, except I need a black curtain. We'll forever have that inside joke going. Lots of things to talk about from SummerSlam. Before we dive into the bloodline and our thoughts and everything, and just the kind of overall general thoughts of SummerSlam, just curious, what is your feeling being? And we're grateful by all means, but sitting in a suite versus sitting amongst the people, like it's a different thing altogether. And I know that as we are men of the people, did you kind of miss the energy that comes from sitting in the crowd, or did you enjoy just having the leg room that you wanted?
Having the leg room was nice, and I think me and you were about as far as we were, and then my cousin Chris was with us too. So we were conversing, and we could hear each other. There wasn't worrying about. And there was,
what?
When big spots occur, everybody stands up. You didn't have to worry about, am I actually going to see it? We had a perfect view. You could see the entrances, the whole everything.
That was nice.
Yeah,
we could see him come out early.
It was great. But I do think, one thing that I love about wrestling is when people are like, why do you like wrestling? It's fake. No, it's predetermined. But is the atmosphere there? When you're there, it's like, something happens. upset occurs, and it's like being at a football game, like a Michigan football game. When Michigan scores, everybody is high-fiving each other.
It's church.
Everything. Yeah, it's
church in that moment.
You're like, you enjoy the camaraderie with everybody. You know, you got the fans dressing up as wrestlers, you got the signs, and you're just having a good time. And I like I said, I loved it there. You know, I enjoyed having the room and, you know, being able to see everything. I did miss a little bit of the, you know, after the show gets done, I can't hear because I have Rob in my ear yelling every single second. Yeah. Still trying to stand up in the middle.
Trying to get your voice back, you know what I mean?
Rob standing up in the middle. We're like one of 4 people in the suite that sit in the front. Everybody else is back, and Rob's trying to stand up. And Rob's chirping at the suite next to us. There's a little kid yelling, "Go Jey Uso," and Rob's chirping at him. Like, this kid's like 6.
I forgot about that. Thanks for mentioning that.
Some good times.
The teacher in Fluff McGee would not be appreciative of me having a banter chat battle with a 6-year-old kid over the Bloodline storyline. But dude, you're right. The energy that comes from sitting in a crowd is next level. It's what makes you feel a part of, like, the exclusive kind of community that is wrestling fans. I got to tell you, I got there about an hour early, and I just walking up, I haven't been to WrestleMania in a couple of years. I used to go every year, and I used to go to, you know, SmackDown and Raw and all that stuff. And I did go to SmackDown last October. But, like, as far as big shows, right, the buzz walking in versus the buzz walking out, okay, the debates that took place on the streets as I was walking back to the parking garage to get to my car. I don't know if you had them or not with people, but, like, and this is where we need to get to, is thoughts on the SummerSlam in general, and then thoughts on the finish to the show, and now being a good 8 days removed from SummerSlam. I told you my thoughts in the moment. I'll give you my thoughts now after we go. Where were you with the show overall? And try to keep it from the experience versus, like, the show itself. Like, what did you think of the show itself?
Oh, the show itself. The show itself, it was pretty good. Okay. You know, there were some things in it, and I know the wrestling community is just crapping on the Shayna Ronda thing. I think I told you during the moment, I wish they just would have had, like, they would have done something. These are the rules because it's an MMA fight. Yeah. Stuff like that. And I think there was at start, that Kid Rock entrance.
Oh, that cold open.
Oh, I've watched it multiple times.
Me too, buddy.
And the show, I think, started out really good, really hot. And then in the middle, it kind of fizzed for a little bit, and then it ended. Yep. The last 3 matches were fantastic. Even with the end, that at the moment, I think we were all kind of like, "Whoa, what?" That's kind of confusing. What's going on? I still think overall it was a good show. Yeah, minus the one match. Really good. I'd give it a B. Okay, and give me your match of the night. It might be different from yours. Oh, match of the night. I'm gonna say the women's triple threat.
Ooh, okay. That was really good.
I thought we got what we wanted. I like the kind of weird Bianca winning via, like, a weird scenario. Yes. And then instantly the cash in that we wanted, and then the fact Io Shirai, or I'm going to call her that because it's her name. I don't hate Io Sky, that name. Her running to the ring with the briefcase and then handing it to Bayley just so Bayley could hit people with it. Fantastic.
That was awesome. Just the exchange to the briefcase.
And then the moment, too, that really got me was, and I don't know if you heard about it since, when Dakota Kai came out and they flew her there, like,
just to do that.
Last minute, too.
Really?
Like, they gave her heads up, like, and she was almost late to it because of everything.
That's interesting because she showed up on Raw too. So I wonder if she's just going to keep coming back out.
Well, she should. I mean, she's part of it. I like when, you know, I don't. Side note. I'm sorry. I'm going
tangent away.
My Sonny Batunsky rant. I like if someone's injured, like
we should still see them.
We should still see them. Like, especially if they're a faction or a tag team. Like, yeah, like bring them in there. Like, it's not going to be she's lesser because she's injured. Like, no, she's still a pivotal part. She can be the manager role.
How many times did we see an NWO in the 60s? There was 40 guys in that faction, but there'd be 2 guys out there in crutches. You know what I mean?
Or Kevin Nash pulling in with the in the in the chair and then stands up.
No,
I'd give it a B. And that women's triple threat was my match of the night.
Okay, my match of the night started off with the first match of the night. I actually thought Logan Paul Ricochet. It was when I watched it back. That was the one that was more captivating to me, just because. And I talked about this on the All Bets Are Final podcast. It just shows you how good Logan Paul is at this. He is he's just a natural. I wish he was full time. He gets it, man. And now with Brock being gone, and I mean he's going to be gone too. Logan's not going to come back for a while, but he is a spectacle now. He is
We had the conversation right before the match started. I asked you, like, are we now past the point where, like when he fought Seth, it's like, oh, Seth can't lose because he's not Logan Paul's not a wrestler. Now he is.
Right. Oh, he
is a full wrestler now.
He is. He's earned it. He's put the time in, and he just gets it. Yeah. See, like to all the things that we disconnect with, like, Ricochet. We all want Ricochet to be better than he is. He just doesn't connect to us, But when it comes to Logan Paul, he just naturally gets it, and it's just so effortless.
Just such a good heel too, just hateable.
Perfect. But he gets it, so he plays up to it. You know what I mean?
Very well.
Yeah, he's perfect to it. Okay, SummerSlam to me, I'm with you. I thought the first 3 matches of the night started off banging, right? We got the first 2, Cody and Logan and Paul and Ricochet and Cody and Brock. We got the impromptu, according to Triple H, handshake from Brock, the rub, which is interesting. It's never happened before, according to Paul Heyman.
And Brock Lesnar ripping his pants.
Oh, dude, I thought we were going to see some Mongo. But anyways, after that, we had, with everybody saying his name, L.A. Knight winning the Battle Royal. We'll get to him in a little bit. It died down at the Ronda match because it was a little, unclear of what the rules were. And honestly, I don't get the hate towards Ronda, but it's there. People are excited to see her gone for a while. I'm not one of them.
I love Ronda Rousey.
Me too. But hopefully she'll take some time off, and maybe when it's necessary, she'll come back, maybe with a mouthpiece. After that, we got into it, and I'm a man of my word. We got to a place in the night where I can't believe I was walking the halls trying to get some merch, and on my way back, I had been listening to the match of Gunther versus Drew McIntyre. And I got to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, at that point in time, they were more than 3/4 of the way through the match.
And they had like
8
chops.
8 chops at that point in time.
Most of them were from Drew.
Yes, exactly. And I'm feeling good about myself. I walk into the suite. I'm doing the Vince McMahon strut. I'm shaking hands, kissing babies. And all of a sudden, there's a segment where about 25 chops just start happening in a row. And I can just see my face falling and Grant's smile becoming larger and larger and larger because we have a chop bet on the line.
This is me. This is exactly me while watching it. I'm just like, man, Rob's going to win. And like, if I get chopped, no big deal. And I'm sitting there and then they start doing it. And I'm like, the smile's going. And audibly, Rob's standing at the top of the suite and goes, no. And everybody turns and I'm just laughing at him.
Yeah, nobody understands
Everybody
why.
was concerned and I'm just laughing at him.
Yeah, I did. That was perfect because I did. I absolutely was just like, no, because it was just happening. So with that being said, I'm a man of my word. I've done it at WrestleMania. It was a pleasure and an honor to do it, sir. I am scared shitless for the hand. Oh my God. But I'm a man of my word.
Here, put your hand up. Let's look at that difference.
Look at oh my God. Oh my God.
I'll be nice.
Show mercy, my friend.
Do you right hand or left hand? I'm right hand dominant, so it doesn't matter.
I think for the camera's sake, you should probably go left hand.
Okay, that's fine.
That way we don't knock anything down. This is the chop bet reward.
When I knew I won, I told Rob I was going to do the chop where I fake it, and then when he ducks down, just smack him in the face. But no, let's do it.
All right. Oh, hang on. Let me get the camera sitch. By the way, this might be the last time you ever see me.
Let me take my ring off, too. I don't want to hurt you with that one.
Oh, my God.
Right there, right?
Yeah, hang on. Let me... We're going to get it. Let's get it.
You let me know when you're ready. You put those hands behind your back, too. There,
laughing my ass off. Use your right hand, Grant.
I'll use left.
Be kind. Oh! Wow. Never gets old, baby. Never gets
And
old.
I want you to know that was like a solid 10% of power.
Dude,
in there.
I'm not even playing. I know it was. Dude, get the beads of sweat from this. How the nerves.
I want to see. I want to see if there's a mark here in about 5 minutes.
There definitely is going to be. Give me 30 seconds. It's gonna show up. And that's probably why I wore my tank too. Oh!
I didn't see. Let me see.
Oh, you can see it. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're live and in color, you're listening to the Johnny Bang Bang Show. Sonny Batunsky.
That's got to get TikTok.
Oh my God. Sonny Batunsky just chopped the hell out of me. He won the chop bet. Good news is we don't have another chop bet coming up for, well, it's coming. 3 weeks. We'll get here in about 3 weeks. All in will be here. Let's get to it.
Well, back-to-back chop bets.
Oh, you're right. Week after.
Yeah,
you're right. 2 pay-per-views.
God, I hope I'm
Actually, back to back because after that is payback.
Oh, if I win all 3, I'm machine gunning it. I'm gonna give 2 really loud ones and just rock you.
A machine gun.
Eddie Kingston style.
Yeah, I'm all for it. Let's get to the. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh wow, I can just feel it swelling up. Good job, buddy. All right. 16 minutes into the show, we haven't talked really in detail about the Bloodline story end to SummerSlam because we've got a SmackDown removed. Let's talk about your initial thoughts to what happened at SummerSlam prior to the explanation. Okay. We had the match itself was long.
Yeah.
And it was funny. I was defending the match to who was the gentleman that was sitting there asking all the questions about is this match supposed to be this long? Normally, he was with his kid. I can't remember who it was.
I can't remember either.
I was defending the match, and I was saying it's a slow burn. And maybe it was your cousin. Was he talking about? It was your cousin. Yeah, he was talking about how the match was kind of dragging.
Yeah, because he only watches AEW, so he's used to
right. So the high flying car crash. I actually agree with him now, though. I thought the match did start getting to a point where it's dragging. I thought it. So overall, I thought it was about 10 minutes too long. With that being said, what was your thoughts initially with Jimmy being the one to pull his brother out of the ring, caused him the match against Roman, and super kick him right in his face?
I'm happy we have the
explanation.
Okay. Because at the moment I was like, what?
Yeah, like, you were pretty quiet.
Yeah,
I was pretty vocal about it.
Because we had the moment, like, and you remember, like, I don't know if you remember, like, Jay he had the false count 2.9.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here like, because I was telling you, I'm like, it would be awesome to see Jimmy win, or Jay win. Like,
yeah.
You know, I think we both agreed if he won, he'd probably hold it for a week or so. And
placeholder,
and then I knew Solo was going to interfere at some point, and everything like that would have happened. And
were you happy with the tribal combat? I mean, it was just a no DQ.
Yeah, no. That's why I like one thing I like about AEW when they make these like
gimmick matches,
like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre match. That's going to be awesome this week. Awesome keyword. They do different things. That to me,
they commit to it. They go all in on the gimmick,
and they put something like a real gimmick in it. And this was just a standard.
No, you're absolutely right.
DQ match. It's like that's why I kept joking. Like, oh, are we going to see them do the like Islander fighting where they tape and put like?
But see, that would have. I know we joke about it, but like at least they would have dressed it up. It would have made more sense. Yeah. I thought
that's like when you said the elders being around
just
the ring.
Something make it feel unique to us.
Yeah, or like I would have even liked if they got rid of the ropes.
Oh, interesting.
Like a fight. And but it is what it is. It's WWE. We gotta know they're not gonna stretch the limit too far. I one of my favorite moments actually was like them Solo dragging Jay and then putting him on his shoulder and carrying him. I love that. But in the moment when it was Jimmy, because for a second there, I'm like, oh, they brought someone new in.
Yeah, which I was hoping for. I wanted some fresh bodies.
I thought Jimmy was gonna come in and help his brother, and then I was like, and I was speechless for a while. I was like, I don't know what to think about this. So overall, I do agree. I do agree the match went a little bit longer than it probably should have. But
So, okay. Yeah, because in the moment you were pretty speechless. Yeah. He was. And I couldn't really get a vibe on where you thought it was at, or maybe I was annoying you with my take in the moment, because my initial reaction was, oh my God, please don't do this. And the moment before he revealed, you can just tell he's wearing the joggings. Yeah. You know what I mean? They're all tight around the ankles and all that stuff. It's like, oh my God, that's Jimmy. That's Jimmy. And not only did he pull him out, he kicked him in the face. Yeah. So it's like, okay, interesting. Are you familiar with the term jump the shark? So that seemed to be the term that was used all week prior to Friday. I've heard it before. So for the audience, jump the shark is basically, it's a television term. And everybody kept asking all week, did WWE in the Bloodline finally jump the shark with this storyline? And what it is basically, it's when a storyline gets to a point where it starts throwing things into its storyline that are no longer natural in progression and start hurting the storyline for something new's sake. So it's basically just doing something for the sake of doing something. And the question was, did they have a plan, and do they have a plan going forward for this, or did they think this was going to work and then everybody jumped on it afterwards, and then maybe we got maybe an audible that took place? I don't know, but in the moment, without knowing the term, that's what it felt like to me. I'm like, oh no, they jumped the shark. We're back 3 steps, because it doesn't make any sense. Now, the reason it didn't make any sense is because Jimmy was the one that initiated all of this with Jay, trying to get him to turn on Roman. Jay didn't want to do it. Yeah. Then he finally got him on board. They go to Night of Champions. They beat him. Mm-hmm. They come out. Jay talks about how he pins him. So I thought the only thing that could have potentially saved this, which would have been weak, but it would have made sense, was the jealousy angle, right? You probably heard all week about the jealousy angle. We didn't get the jealousy angle.
That's like what I thought, like, after the event. I was like, is it just going to be, like, he was mad it was him? Like,
well, after I got hurt, you've been doing a lot of talking about how you beat Roman as if I wasn't there. Yeah. I thought they were going to go that route, and I think it would have been enough to save it, and we wouldn't have loved it, but moved on. We didn't get that route. We got a different route altogether. So with that being said, let's fast forward Friday Night SmackDown. Before the big announcement at the end, tell me about Jimmy's explanation to you. Did it help the cause, hurt the cause, or do nothing for you?
It did nothing for me. I don't.
Do you fully understand it?
No, I don't fully understand it. That's the thing. And I don't know it. I think part of me is soured from that moment. So anything they would have done, unless it was like really bombastic, I would have been like.
I think the issue is now, and this is the conversation I had with some of the people when we were walking back to the car, is that forget the explanation for a second. The issue is that now you're soured. And now you're not just soured, you're soured on the storyline. Yeah. So now whether you might still have some levels of interest, it's not as peak optimal interest as it was.
It's not like going into the match, I was pretty hyped on because the fact Jey Uso might win, and then now it's like,
well, it felt like the whole we were still on the ascension of the storyline. Now it feels like we're definitely on the descent. Yeah. And now it feels like it's going to be a drag to get us to WrestleMania. Yeah. And that's what I worry about. Mm-hmm. See, I'm a fan of the business. And I wasn't mad because Jimmy came out and kicked Jay because I'm a fan of the Usos. I'm a fan of the business, and I'm worried like, oh, shit, they just ruined. I don't want to say ruined, but they have just, because they have a lot of equity, and we all wanted to wait and see what happened, but they just ruined what, for lack of better words, the best storyline in the history of wrestling, especially over the last 3 years. And as a fan of this storyline, you wanted to see it just kind of constantly hit its beats and come to its natural conclusion. So the conclusion that we got, and the reason why Jimmy did what he said, is because he loves his brother so much, he was afraid that Jay would have been corrupt by power, and he needed to save Jay from that because selfishly he didn't want to lose him. I don't know if it's a reach. It's definitely an explanation that could fit. Here's my question to you. I'm going to change one small thing. If I was booking that night, I would change one small thing, and you tell me if it would have done anything different for you, okay?
So you're booking SummerSlam.
SummerSlam finished. Okay. Let's say this is the thing. Let's say that explanation is what they were going to go with the whole time, okay? You're Jay and I'm Jimmy, okay? I cost you the match, or at least the win, by pulling you out, but I don't super kick you. I never cause you any physical harm.
Yeah.
I leave you in such shock and disdain by doing so that Solo comes up, beats you up, throws you in the ring, and then Roman does his thing and wins the match, and it's over.
I would have rather seen that.
Yes.
I would have rather seen that.
Why is Jimmy physically hurting Jay?
Yeah.
That part I don't understand.
Yeah, if you like love your brother, why are you attacking him? Like in the
Yeah. I think if he just would have pulled him out, cost him the match. Now the explanation makes a little bit more sense. It carries a lot more weight, and he can say he loves his brother without kicking him in the damn face. You know?
you probably would have got a better moment too, because I might be wrong, but it felt like it was quick. You know, like he pulled him out, and then Jay got up and got super kicked. You would have had that moment of him like sitting there, and then you could have had something like Jimmy's face being like.
Just imagine the shock factor, like, because he was crying and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You could have had this like moment, delayed moment, dragged it out a little even of like why, and then Solo comes in and does his thing.
Just Samoan spikes him.
Yeah, I don't know. I just, again, the storyline, they built up enough equity for me to kind of sit around and see if it gets somewhere. But now we get to the big shock value. Now, this is the part where I'm back in.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this is genius.
This
is the, okay. Why did they do this? I'm going to ask you this question. So for those that don't know, Jay looks at the camera after super kicking Roman, after super kicking Jimmy.
Deuces.
Deuces. WWE, I'm out this bitch. SmackDown, I'm out this bitch. Bloodline, I'm out this bitch. Gone. He quits.
And they moved him to the alumni section.
Dude, which is genius. I love that they do that. That's the new kayfabe. He's gone. He quits WWE. Now, questions. Because to me, what they did was, everybody's talking about the explanation and how they don't like the finish of SummerSlam. Now they've moved it. Now we're talking about something completely different, which is Jay quitting. Are you back in?
Yeah, I want to see where it goes. I know we're gonna get. It's probably gonna turn in like the same story with Jimmy for a little bit, and then Jay will come back. I'm more intrigued about the thing I sent you that.
I was going to send you that today. That's been fake.
Oh,
that's been proven fake. Yep.
Oh, that would have been so cool.
Rikishi texted or tweeted something out saying that was not.
There's a thing they're saying Rikishi, like, come meet Rikishi before he's guest referee
at Payback, right?
Payback, and I was like, that would be so cool because we need more of the elder people involved in it.
I totally agree. Here's what I think is going to happen, and this is sent to me. By a buddy of mine, actually by Ben Kozab. We did All Bets Are Final podcast. He was on us a couple weeks prior when you couldn't be on. Nope, that's the wrong thing. Here it is. I wonder if this played a part. So there's rumors that Roman Reigns got hurt at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to give you, before I get to Roman Reigns being hurt.
There is indeed rumors that Roman Reigns got hurt.
Here's the list of wrestlers.
Yeah, I saw that. Who's all injured?
Yep. Here's the list of wrestlers that are currently injured in WWE. Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens, Big E, Randy Orton, Sami Zayn, Sonya Deville, Liv Morgan, Bayley, Elton Prince, Dakota Kai, Sol Ruka, Braun Strowman, Shane McMahon, Bray Wyatt, Wendy Chu, Nikita Lyons, Robert Roode, who just got signed as a backstage producer.
That's
as well as another man from NWA, Nick Aldis.
He got signed backstage?
As a backstage producer in WWE. That's interesting. Then wonder if they will eventually transition him into the ring, or maybe they don't.
He's getting older.
Yeah. Ariana Grace and R-Truth and Amari Miller. So, go ahead.
I just want a side note. Did you see Sami Zayn's injury? What he
Dude,
has?
oh my God, that hematoma on his elbow.
Oh, that reminds me of Cena, when Cena and Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
And then they showed it on Total Divas, and they showed the pus getting shot.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, when they showed that on Raw, it was just, dude, it was bigger than a golf ball.
It was like a baseball on his elbow.
It was gross. It's completely gross. Ugh. So here's my question then. And actually, I think it's genius. We're going to get Bloodline off of TV for a while. I think it's smart. Roman's going to be injured, okay? So they can kind of figure out a way. Don't get me wrong. They're not going to be completely off TV. You still have Paul and Solo, and you'll have Jimmy.
So.
But as far as Payback goes, I don't even think they'll be fighting unless it's Solo versus Jimmy or something. Which that wouldn't even make any sense. I don't even think they're going to be fighting.
Good.
I don't think they're going to be fighting. I think it's going to be a Judgment Day pay-per-view. You might get your...
It's going to be... Because I saw a thing today saying with Roman... being injured and the bloodline being out, don't be shocked if Judgment Day is pretty much Raw.
Well, right? Judgment Day is on the poster for Payback.
Yeah, and then they said Judgment Day will be focused now, and then the Street Profits group, like they're gonna get a focus on them,
as they should do, because that's exciting. So that's where we are right now. We'll see what ends up happening. I seen another rumored poster for Survivor Series that would be intriguing. Would be Roman versus Jimmy versus Jay versus Solo, Solo versus Jimmy, Solo versus Jay, Solo versus Roman, Jay versus Jimmy, like a fatal four-way, which that would be a unique way.
That's cool, but the only thing I want to say about that is Survivor Series from now on should be
elimination.
No, it should be the 3 brands. It should
with NXT? Yeah. You like the way they did it that one year?
Awesome. I was live there too.
Oh, yeah.
It was awesome because me, Fluff, and our other buddy were the only people in our sections cheering for NXT.
You would. I can totally see that. I don't know, man. I think they're gonna go with whatever works that year. I'm with you though. I actually personally, I'm a fan of the 90s or the early or late 80s. Give me the old school elimination matches. Just do that, and you don't need to write any stories.
You get some cool teams up.
Yeah, hell yeah. And you kind of get to find out some things that they do in the Rumble where they pair people up for a segment that you don't even know might end up, like when we were getting excited about Brock versus Gunther because we're like, oh, dude, that would be cool. We didn't even know we needed it until we seen it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But that's on the horizon. Lots to talk about. We move on. LA Knight gets into his first real feud with The Miz. A promo battle of some sorts on Monday Night Raw.
A good promo battle.
It was a good promo battle.
Can we talk side?
Yeah,
I know I'm on side note all day. LA Knight has the top 3 selling shirts right now.
He's the number 1 merch seller on WWE. He just overtook Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Isn't that incredible?
He's doing that.
And I don't really care for his merch shirts.
And then Dominic Mysterio is single-handedly running NXT because
is the ratings going up because of him?
He has their highest rating they've had this year.
Is because
he's had two times, 2 big segments he's been on there have been higher than than their highest.
Dude, that's the thing that was super bumming about SummerSlam is that we didn't get a Dom
outside of the interference.
Yeah. LA Knight versus Miz. Who won the battle? Is there a winner? Was there a draw?
They're both winners. In that,
everything I read this week was how Miz beat him, and I'm going to tell you why I understand why people are saying that, but I don't agree. The Miz does the Miz stick, and this just shows you how good the Miz is. And this is like the perfect feud for LA Knight, right? Yeah. The perfect start. Because the Miz is going to get it out of him.
Yeah.
I get why they said he won, because Miz doesn't miss a beat. In LA Knight, if you watched it, you could see he was thinking in his head. He's hesitating, right? That's the only thing. I thought, though, he still hit his spots. That's the only reason he tripped up on his words that one time. It's okay to trip up on your words. Hell, MJF did it when he was talking about winning the Ring of Honor championships. You know what I mean? Like, you can trip up on your words. You just have to figure out a way to round it. And we'll forget about it when it comes to the package time. LA Knight, I love the story they were starting to tell. He says, I'm a dangerous man, and you're safe. And that's why they couldn't go with me, and that's why they went with you. You buying all that? You like the story being told so far? I think they just told us top service because he's got such a story to tell, and he hasn't even really gave us much of it.
Yeah, and going off the thing about, these are probably the 2 best guys WWE has on the mic, for promo-wise. I mean, I think Roman's high up there now, too, just because Roman's...
I think I'd have to think about that, but I think you're.
I mean, just general. If I go out there and pick 2 people to cut a promo on each other
and be quick,
those both. But you got to think, Miz has been doing this for what, almost 15 years now.
Well, he said 20 years. Yeah, he's been here since 2000. And
you got to think LA Knight's been here for a couple of years and still probably. I mean, if you go watch some of his stuff on the independent scene or when he was in NWA and an Impact, he's really good. So he's probably got to
He's got
make sure he's following WWE rules.
Good point because they are very different.
This feud's going to be beneficial for both men.
Do you think it's a one-off, or do you think they come back to it? Because he was on Friday Night SmackDown, and he did allude to awesome. He did grab the mic and say whether you think you're awesome or if you think you're something else. So he did allude to it. So I'm hoping they come back to it. But do you think it was just a one-off because he was at Raw?
No, I think they'll have.
This is going to turn into a feud.
I think a feud. I don't think we're not. It's gonna be. I think it'll be a one and done match. I don't think we're gonna get the.
Okay, yeah, you might not get a
best of three out.
Gotcha.
Of them.
Okay,
but I'll take it because if we can get promos like that,
yeah, dude.
keep giving them.
WWE needs more promos like that. That's where AEW like kicks their ass. You know what I mean? I miss that's I love. I think AEW does it too much.
Yeah.
But I would love to see some common ground with both of them. You know what I mean? Like every week, it was like for a while there, it was like MJF is gonna. We'll hear from MJF. That's on the promo or on the. You know what I mean? The graphics. So I don't know. I'm with you. I think LA Knight, Miz. This is the perfect feud for it. Great setup.
It's gonna remind us how good the Miz is too.
It is. And I think it's something we were just talking about this maybe a couple months ago about how Miz feels like he's in some like weird area that he's not been in a long time.
Because he wasn't doing anything.
Yeah. I saw a TikTok.
Was it when your husband
with the girl was like, "Guys, help me. I'm not really sure why my husband is saying this."
He's sitting there like cooking. Yeah.
Yeah. Like she'll say, "Hey, honey, are you?" Yeah.
I saw that one too. That was so good.
Yeah. Perfect promo battle. Perfect setup for a feud. We move on to the big two, Cody and Seth. You have the two big faces of the company right now. We get Cody coming out talking about how he got the rub from Seth, and we're trying to figure out what's going to be the next route for Cody. And then we hear
Brock. The rub from Brock.
Or thank you. The rub from Brock, and what's going to be next for Cody, and then we hear Seth's music. Now, when you heard that, were you worried?
Yeah, because every time now with Cody, anything that happens, because you have it in my head that it's not.
It doesn't need to be.
It's not finishing the story unless it's with Roman.
That's your opinion, not mine.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. That's what I think. I think it needs to be that.
I think that you represent the collective whole of what everybody wants out of that. I am a minority on this one. I'm still not sold that Cody is the big name that he is. I definitely am I'm on his team now where I never was before. So I get it.
After he shook hands with Brock, I looked at you and said he's winning the title now. There's no way he's not gonna.
I know, you're right. You can almost see the package at WrestleMania 40.
I don't want. I mean, if they have a match, I don't want Seth.
What if they have a match and then somebody interrupts, like an AKA RKO or Randy Orton, and causes Cody the belt, and then they go on a feud?
That's fine because there's history between it.
Yeah, okay.
I'm perfectly fine with that.
As a matter of fact, and that's what I was going to ask you. I was going to give you a list of names of who, or maybe you know. Who do you think? Because we got the answer of what's next for Rollins. It's Shinsuke Nakamura. You okay with that?
Yeah.
I
know you're not a big Shinsuke fan.
But I'm okay with it, though, because here's the thing. We can't get banger pay-per-views all the time. You can't have the best names versus the best names all the time. Shinsuke, this is a B pay-per-view or a premium live event. Shinsuke, this is perfect for him right now. And
Shinsuke's just there, just living his best life.
But I will say this. Yes, he is. You're right. You can see it all over him. But I will
he just goes surfing all the time and wrestles every so often.
Don't you think he's a better heel?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Right, that conniving kind of like look. I can get on board with Shinsuke. I don't hate Shinsuke. I just hate his moveset.
I think in WWE it works well, like him being a heel. His stuff in New Japan when he was kind of like a face, I put it that way. He always kind of was that middle ground.
He was like the anti-hero?
No, because he was he created chaos, and they were like they started heel, but then at the end they were face. And I mean, the dude is literally just Michael Jackson, but a wrestler. Like when he entered a pay-per-view in Japan with having for like when he had his belt, every person he had defeated had him on like playing cards and then like had them like their eyes crossed.
Oh,
like,
interesting.
He's just so I wish.
Gotcha. I know where you're going with it.
He's a good heel. I think it's perfect where with Seth. They'll put on a great match.
Yep, I agree.
And but
Seth is going to have to carry these promos if they do anything like that. Like, you know what I mean? Because Seth or Shinsuke, you can't talk in the mic very well, right? But so it's going to be carried heavily by a lot of physicality and a lot of backstabbing and stuff, which is fine. We'll get there.
A lot of big yellow boots.
Dude, what the hell? That's what he wore. I seen that. He wore that to SummerSlam. Okay, what's next for Cody? I'm going to throw you some names unless you got one off the top of your head. Give me who would be the best fit for Cody that's currently active in wrestling right now.
Okay, I was gonna throw someone who wasn't.
All right, give me that after. But
Actually,
give me.
I got two that are kind of long shots. It's Randy. It has to be play that storyline with Randy.
You could play that storyline all the way until Rumble.
Yeah, and I think if it is Randy, we're getting 3.
Oh, dude, easily.
Easily.
Think about all of the things that come off of that storyline, right? First of all, you got Legacy, which is amazing.
Yep.
What else am I missing off that? You've got Randy was around during the Dusty days.
Yeah.
What else am I missing off of the Randy, Cody, things that they can just tell? Second generation, third generation fighters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You could.
There's just so much meat on that bone.
Pull stuff with his brother. You know, you can.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, Randy's like probably the
dude, perfect fit. He is the perfect fit for it. And he would be the perfect like venomous character for that. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think the question is he
haven't come back bald headed too. Don't have just like one last run at him.
Is where are we at with his health? There's rumors he's fine now. Like he's ready to go. But then I keep hearing rumors that, no one wants him back in the ring, like a Big E rumor. Yeah, it does.
I don't know. Another one I could see him go quickly is Gunther, just to have.
But he would have to lose the title first because nobody wants to see Cody hold the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, that's where it comes hard for me with that.
Yeah.
I'm
going to do it every time you say
my
it.
two that I really want to see, and they're long shots. One is a long shot because he's on the indie is Zack Ryder.
Why?
Because there's such like if you know everything, like Cody brought him into AEW for a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
And so like you could have that. They're great friends. Cody and Brandy were the ones who set him up with Chelsea Green. Like you have all that built in. It's deeper than on storyline. I mean, like what they're gonna do, but
I will concede that that's the name that makes sense for the fan Grant Clark.
Yes.
As far as the business goes,
no, it doesn't. No.
You remember when you're like when we were talking about who the 5th guy should be, and you gave me some name. I can't remember. I don't remember, but you're like who it should be, and it was like some guy that nobody's ever heard of. I'm like, Grant, it's not gonna be him.
Well, you ready for my next one? The real one I want to see.
Yeah,
Ted DiBiase Jr.
Oh, dude, I'm the fan in me would love to see that.
I know, like,
isn't he in like shit like legally?
Him and his dad are like, just, like bring him back. Who cares? Who cares?
Forget shove morals. Well, hey, WWE did it with Vince, right?
Yeah,
just bring him.
Who cares? Like, let him. That'd be cool though. You have the legacy.
I think that would be a cool little setup to get to Randy. Do you think? Okay, so I'm going to throw you a couple other names then. Is there any way that we get whatever the latest incarnation or latest Bray Wyatt character?
That's what I was thinking Bray Wyatt, but then it's like.
But now there's rumors that he was deathly ill.
Yeah, I heard that too. But if he comes in, like,
what's his character?
And Cody's gonna have to win that feud.
I think it's okay if Cody wins the feud if Bray is like Bray Wyatt, a man.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? He's just working his way back. Like maybe he can win one of the 3 or something like that. But if he comes back as like some type of, I'm really worried for the next thing of Bray because if they don't do it right,
he's done.
He's done.
Yeah, he's done.
And he's too good to be done.
Yeah,
so.
That's where Tony Khan picks up the phone, says, "Hey, Wyndham Rotunda,
come join House of Black.
You want to come? I'll give you creative control. You can do your Wyatt compound matches all you want. You and Matt Hardy can." Yeah,
he would. Tony would sign him in a heartbeat.
Tony would pay him a lot of money.
Hell yeah, he would.
I'd be okay with that too. It'd be so cool.
I got to be honest with you, it would hurt me because I'm a WWE guy, but it would be as long as I just want to see the guy on TV. At this point,
he's too good to not be on TV. I don't know. Like, it's where do we go for Cody here? Because everything's finishing the story. So it has to. And it's like, man, Randy Orton is perfect because that is part of your story.
Yeah.
And
do you think we just end up getting a Damian Priest, just a Judgment Day thing?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to get for this next one, but the next big one I think will be after that. So, okay, we move on to the last and final thing in the WWE manner that we
because this is you.
Did you want to add?
You want to talk? I just want to. We can quickly mention it.
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio.
Oh yeah.
USA champion has won 4 championships in 4 different decades. Congratulations,
dude. Golf claps.
And they said the thing when he made his debut on WCW, it was like 19 days before Austin Theory was born or something.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
is that true?
Yeah, I saw it on they were doing a thing about it. So
see, that's we should compile a list because it'd be short of like the Jeff Jarrett's, the Billy Gunns, the Chris Jericho's,
Matt Hardy's,
and just kind of see who's still doing it, who's been doing it the longest. You know what I mean?
You mentioned Double J. I'll do anything for Double J.
Yeah. Hey now.
Hey, $20.
He'll do anything for $20, so you might be able to get it.
I love Double J, man.
Yeah, dude. So, real quick before we get back to my final piece on the sheet here, why'd they do my dude Santos Escobar dirty like that though?
I wonder if they're gonna.
Do you think that was the original plan? And then Ray got hurt. Remember?
Yeah, probably.
Ray got hurt, and then Santos won the tournament.
Yeah, probably.
But it just makes that tournament pointless.
Yeah.
And
which WWE does that all the time.
I know, and that's the part I hate about him. So Santos Escobar does not get it, and I thought he had some real momentum going. I thought he would have been a great United States champion.
He did. He looked good in that battle royal too. Like.
Yeah. Interesting. It felt like an audible for an audible's sake. It feels like
maybe he'll do like a. Not, I don't want to say feud. They'll have a match together.
Okay.
Ray will be like, you won, you deserve the shot.
I just like that LWO, even though without getting a push, they're relevant.
Yeah.
Like people like them.
Yeah.
And I did hear.
And they don't even have to come into the ring on lawnmowers like the old school.
Dude, you're right. We don't have to. We've evolved. Yeah. I've heard Carlito has been signed.
Yeah, I heard that too.
So that might play a part as well. Okay, we move on. Chad Gable wins the Fatal 4.
Yes.
After everybody thought Ricochet was going to get the rub because what's going to be next for Ricochet?
Nothing. Send him back down to NXT.
I think you're wrong. I think they'll do something with him. But I think everybody thought he was going to get that. I'm more of a fan of Chad Gable.
Shorty G, baby.
Shorty G gets the rub, and dude, we're going to get
it won't happen, Rob. I want him to win so bad.
You want him? See, that's where people are at right now.
He deserves it, and he's one of those ones that, like, if you look at it, like his mic ability, so promo ability, his in-ring ability, like, if he took it off Gunther, I'd be like, okay, we can continue like making this title relevant still, because he's gonna put on banger after banger of a match.
Sonny Batunsky, I think he is gonna win. I think he is going to win.
Let's go.
I think he is going to win. I think what is happening is, hear me out.
I know what's going to happen.
Here's what's going to happen. Gunther's going to win the record. Okay?
Yeah.
Gable's going to beat Gunther. That's the name that I still thought was the next progression for Cody. Mm-hmm. We want it to be Randy.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be Gunther.
Randy will be like the last before.
Yes. Yep. And we could still get both Gunther and Randy, right? Now, because Cody doesn't have to be in the Rumble. We're just not sure how he's going to get the Roman, right? But anyways, so let's not get sidetracked here. I think Chad wins. Mm-hmm. I think y'all eventually get the Gunther Cody thing. Here's what you're not going to like. And they dropped the seeds last week on Raw. They're gonna break up Alpha Academy. Otis is gonna become irrelevant. Or he's not. He's gonna get into a weird thing with the Maxine Dupree and the gentleman from
Maximum Male Models.
No, the gentleman, the right hand man to Imperium. Because he was flirting with Maxine Dupree.
Ludwig Kaiser.
Ludwig Kaiser.
His name was Marcel
yes.
Bartel before.
Ludwig Kaiser was flirting with Maxine. Eventually, those two will be together, and I think you'll lose Otis in the fray. He'll have a little feud for a minute there, and then Otis will be left behind. Chad will be your Intercontinental Champion.
The thing I said when I said I know what's going to happen. I feel like Otis is going to turn on. Interesting.
We'll see.
Well, it's like, no, yeah, Chad Gable deserves a title run, even if it's because, I mean, man, it just makes me think of like IC title runs. Like he could have like Bret Hart, like like
Bret Hart-esque run,
like Mr. Perfect,
just a fighter's belt, just the dude,
But,
I'm with you.
Side note, another one. Every time we keep saying Randy, I'm on 4 actually. Whenever I hear Randy, I just think of when they had the fight that they had in the house, him and Bray.
Oh, where he burned it down.
Yeah, and Bray just going, Randy, why'd you do it, Randy? That's all I think about. And Hale every time, like, will always say that. Hale's like, Randy, why'd you do it, Randy?
Why'd you do it, Randy? Yeah, you're right.
That's
He
all
just kept saying that over and over again.
About.
Dude, we should do like rewatches where we like do a live and just watch these things together.
Oh, God, Maggle.
Damn it, the black curtain.
Black curtain, man. That's the MVP.
We move on.
I'm wearing my black curtain shirt today, dude.
Yeah,
it looks just like it.
You got the merch, baby. I got the steel curtain shirt on right now. It's hiding the handprint from my man Sonny over here.
Your welt on your chest.
It still hurts. I'm not gonna lie.
Good.
Ladies and gentlemen, we move on to AEW, which is on their way. They finally started revealing some of the matches, which my man's going to bring up right now for AEW All In. Official number right now I've read is 79,700 people, which is more than SummerSlam 92 at Wembley Stadium by about 300 or 400 people, and they still have a couple weeks to get there. So, and they still haven't filled out the card. Where are we at with this MJF Adam Cole storyline? Because now, after Dynamite last week, they're not only going to be fighting each other later that night.
They got a pre-show match.
They're going to be fighting on the pre-show match, which I don't get at all.
Hey, we get to see a potential double clothesline. I'm in. You got the fact playing out. You know, Roderick Strong came out, and now it's the
they've
Kingdom.
Dropped that seed in the Kingdom. So All In
the Kingdom
match
when Adam Cole was a part of the Kingdom, when they called him Fathom Cole because he was kind of chubby.
Adam Cole was chubby.
Yeah, he used to be before he came to NXT. He was a little chubby.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
I would love to see an Adam Cole
matches
chubby.
We have so far.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That went over your head. You didn't hear that.
I didn't hear you.
Said I would. Never mind. You'll have to watch it back.
So we have MJF defending the title, that beautiful belt versus Adam Cole. FTR defending their tag championships against the Young Bucks. Shida defends against Tony Storm, and then did Saraya win?
I don't know.
I don't know. So Saraya versus Sky Blue and Britt Baker versus the Bunny. Obviously, it's probably going to be, I bet, Saraya and Britt Baker. Coffin match, Sting and Darby Allin versus Swerve Strickland and AR Fox.
That's really cool. Yeah. I really like the idea of them doing a coffin. We've talked about this. I thought that should be Darby's thing.
Yeah.
Taker's with Coffin. I think he's the next guy in wrestling that should be able to do coffin matches.
I agree.
Yeah.
And then the pre-show match for the Ring of Honor Tag Championships, Aussie Open, Aussie. Oi, versus MJF and Adam Cole. I'm okay with that because I love Aussie Open and I want to see them wrestle more.
Okay. Do you want to see them lose the belts?
No, they're not going to lose the belts.
They're not? What's going to happen then? Roderick Strong going to come out and interfere?
Yeah, I think that's where, because I think during the main event
we don't get a Roderick Strong. Who do we get? CM Punk?
I don't think we get anything. I think we just get one of them.
We just get a straight up winner?
And whoever it's going to be, because they're technically faces right now, both of them.
But then you got a pay-per-view the next week, so what happens there? Do you just book the belt versus belt?
Yeah. So unify it.
Okay.
And Adam Cole's going to lose because MJF's going to become the real heel he is again.
So we are completely abandoning the idea that Adam Cole will become the heel and MJF will stay face.
Because I think they want to.
I think CM Punk will be the heel.
I know, but
but they haven't got us there yet.
But we're in Chicago, so he's going to be the
heel or face. They're in Chicago. They're going to
love him.
They're going to love him regardless.
Yeah. So
they're not WWE. They don't care about that.
I think if Adam Cole wins it, because I have a feeling that Punk's going to win. If they unify it, Punk's going to win it.
I think that's going to happen.
So you're going to have Adam Cole have a 1 week reign?
No, I'm not saying that Adam Cole would win.
Yeah.
I'm saying that somehow. All right, let's flesh this out. I did think of eventually Adam Cole. I did think Adam Cole would win. Well, I didn't know they were going to go belt versus belt.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like Adam Cole wins, and then we would eventually get. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I just thought of something.
Go ahead, say it.
So outside I think Roderick Strong and the Kingdom interfere in that tag match.
Okay.
Main event, Kyle O'Reilly returns, interferes. Does the kind of same story. You know, we're real friends, not him. I've been seeing what you've been doing, how you've also been treating Roddy.
So when we leave All In, you've got it touted right now that MJF and Adam Cole will be on the same page, even though we have a different champion. Or, well, first of all, maybe not even that. You think MJF is just going to win straight up again?
I think somebody's going to interfere and cost.
Okay.
And maybe you know, it's something that.
But either way,
he attacks him while MJF doesn't see it, so MJF gets a win, ends up getting a win, and then you kind of have a couple little. You can have a week or so, like a week leading into Adam Cole's like you didn't beat me clean, stuff like that. Just I don't.
So a couple things,
and then you don't have to change. You don't have to make.
So okay, so you have them leaving both as faces still, though. Okay,
and then we get some more stuff going, and then maybe Adam Cole.
You see, the wrinkle is having that pay-per-view that next week. That's the wrinkle.
Let me go through beef too. So
what we think is going to happen too is I think we're going to get Samoa Joe now, which
Samoa Joe and CM Punk all in.
Which I told you I thought was what I wanted. Yeah. I wanted to see that storyline fleshed out more. So.
And then there's rumored 2 matches as well. So Jericho versus Will Ospreay has been talked about
for Wembley.
Yeah, for Wembley.
Why? But why though?
Because you got to have Will Ospreay on that card.
Yeah, but why? But why Jericho? Jericho's being pushed in every direction right now.
It's just Jericho, and why not?
I mean, they just had the JAS Society break down. Why not put him on the card versus Garcia, Sammy Guevara?
I know there's also talk that it's going to be Takeshka, Jericho, and potentially Ospreay versus Ibushi, Kota Ibushi, Hangman, and Omega. Because
I think we get that one.
They were supposed to have the match of. I'm wrong completely. It's not that. It's Takeshka. Sorry, let me redo it.
Why would you not do Omega Ospreay 3?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think you do. You think
did you see what Ospreay did to the U.S. title?
Oh no! What
took out so it's the IWGP United States took out the flag in it and put it to UK.
Oh, he did.
And is now calling it the UK championship.
That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope.
So because there's talk, it was supposed to be Takeshka versus Omega, finish that. They're now supposedly bumping that back to All In.
Okay, so they're gonna push it to All Out.
With a 6-man between Omega, Page, Ibushi versus Takeshka, Jay White, and Juice Robinson. You want to see the Bang Bang Gang on there.
The Bang Bang Gang. Bang Bang Boys.
And then they're saying potentially be Blackpool Combat Club versus Eddie Kingston, Orange Cassidy, and a mystery partner.
Gotta love AEW loves those mystery partners.
They love it, man.
I hope it's the Black Curtain. No, I think just a black curtain comes floating out like Seven did in WCW.
It's gonna be like Matt Hardy's drone Vanguard one. Just randomly.
Dude, that would be great.
So there's a couple weeks. We still don't know what matches are gonna be.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they should do Omega Ospreay, but
dude, especially overseas, give the crowd what they want.
I think they're gonna save that for the next Wrestle Kingdom.
Okay.
Because Ospreay didn't win G1, so.
Are you okay with AEW the way they do long storytelling over like that? Like you're okay with just coming back to it and going away from it, coming back to it?
As long as it's finished.
Yeah.
If I'm sitting here 2 years down the road, I'm like, hey, when we have Ospreay Omega 3.
Dude, I feel like that's what you might get. So, all right. So right now we have 4 matches for sure.
Yes.
And then a bunch of rumored stuff. But yeah, we still got 2 weeks to get there. What's the date touted again for that? 27th. So we still have 3 weeks to get them there. Okay. Are you?
And then 1 week later, All Out.
Yeah, 1 week later, All Out. So let's do this. Let's get through.
You have a pay-per-view.
Yep.
Dynamite, Rampage,
Collision,
then another pay-per-view. You are going to get some people injured.
Dude, it's a lot. It's a lot. But they've got the roster for it, though.
But, I mean, so Dynamite and Rampage are filmed on the same day, so that's not too bad. But it's like, man,
It's a lot of AEW. But this is, all right, so let's talk big picture right here, okay? What needs to happen for AEW to leave let's say All In, going into All Out, to feel like they have momentum right now? Because there's an opportunity. I feel like WWE's been so hot, But right now the Jay thing's interesting, but we all get the sense that there's going to be some cool down from the Bloodline storyline. So there's an opportunity right now for AEW to just grab up all of this momentum, all of the attention, and make a big splash with something, which is why I would do something big at the end of All In rather than just a Kyle O'Reilly. I think this is something that you need to do to grab people's attention. I think you need CM Punk in somehow a part of that main event. Not necessarily, he's not going to be, but like I think you need something. What do you think needs to happen, or should they just continue to play the game the way they do and just get out of All In? I mean, they've got 80,000 people there by doing the way they do. I just think there's an opportunity to not to steal, but just to kind of steal the attention from WWE for a while and really build off this 80,000 people that are going into Wembley.
That's where I'm like trying to think is like, I see where you're coming from, but then I don't see a way, because it's going to be MJF I feel like MJF has to win. So what, you have CM Punk cost?
Well, I think a couple weeks ago,
Rob, all I see is at the end of the thing, CM Punk standing on the ramp and MJF in the ring, or they face off, or as MJF's walking with his back, Cult of Personality hits and they just stare off at each other. I don't think they should do something. I don't think they will. I don't think they'll do something that will move the needle forward, that give them that momentum. I just think they're going to play it.
Here's the issue. Couple things. Number one, if you're going to unify the belts, because now it's not just a one-off where CM Punk brought the belt out. Yeah. He's carrying it. He was with the FTR carrying the belts, right? So here's the issue. I think they kind of stooged the ending of All In because we all think there's going to be a unification match coming down the road, right? In like the next month. Yeah. You can't do a unification match with Adam Cole versus CM Punk.
Yeah, unless they somehow make it a triple threat and then just for it.
If that's the case, I'm not buying that. I mean, they could do that, and if
they do that, Adam Cole wins it. I can
see
that.
That would be interesting if he won both. Just okay.
If they do a triple threat, that's how I see it playing out. That if they end up doing it somehow, that he gets into it.
I just feel like here's what I'm saying: at the end of All Out, somehow one way, MJF isn't going to be champion anymore.
At the end of All Out.
All Out. And that's the second pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So if you've got MJF, so that means CM Punk has to be, he's going to be the champion going forward.
Yeah.
You agree with that?
Yeah.
So that means Adam Cole does not win at all.
Yeah. I don't think Adam Cole will win. Unless they do that. Somehow they're like, we're doing a triple threat. And then I'm like, okay, I could see them just doing that to be.
Then Adam Cole would win.
Yeah. Because
it's interesting because I still thought we were going to get an Adam Cole turn, but now we definitely ain't. It ain't going to come from Roderick Strong's help. You know what I mean? So now it would just have to be like a dirty move in the ring, like a low blow or something. That's not Adam Cole's style. Yeah. But it would make his character, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Become the actual, like, the Panama Playboy that he was. Like, kind of, because he's such a good heel, too.
I think he's a great heel. I think he's a better heel than he is a face.
Who's ready for story time with Adam Cole, baby?
Actually, I think the fans are like waiting I think they want to boo him. MJF is the reason they keep cheering him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
God, they're so good. Do you like the promo they had?
Oh, dude, you're so white. Like, if you were the 80s, Hogan would snorted you.
Yeah, like, man, the fact they're doing a promo battle against each other and they're like doing it a funny one. They're not even.
Well, Adam Cole was. It was just MJF just kept going and going and going. He's like, damn it, MJF, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, we move on. Anything from Best of the Rest? We've got All In on the precipice. They're coming. There was a lot of other good. JAS Society did officially break down. We're going to get the information of what Jericho's going to do next week, if he's going to join the family.
On Collision, the Bullet Club Gold or the Bang Bang Gang are probably the best thing on TV.
Dude, they're.
Did you watch last night?
I didn't watch it, but I pay attention to
Juice, why are you so soft? Because I had 7 straight. My streak got broke of 7 matches on Collision in a row. And they just have a celebration. Like, it's awesome.
Yeah, I told you. I think Collision's better than Dynamite right now.
Oh, I agree.
Let me ask you this question: you're a Dynamite. You're an AEW guy, or a fan.
Yeah.
do you help me understand? Every week we get these. I'll look at the card, you know, the poster, right? And I'm like, who? Why?
Who?
Why? Why is Jericho fighting this guy? Why is Blackpool Combat Club fighting this group? Why? Why is this happening? But it happens so much. Like, why? Like,
Rob,
defend it to me,
chaos.
please.
Chaos.
You should have just said. You should have just ended with because, Rob.
Controversy makes cash. Just do random stuff, and why not? It'll pay off in the end. I don't know. They just do a lot of stuff, whatever they want.
They do, man. I get dizzy watching it. I'm like, what?
That's why a lot of times, like, if I see the card and I'm like, okay, there's nothing important on here. I'll YouTube the highlights and stuff. I'm not wasting my time.
But that's the problem. You're the audience. You're not supposed to be doing that.
Well, as long as I know Moxley's there's going to be blood. So
there will be blood.
It's time to blade, brother. I do have a best of the rest. The G1 Climax and New Japan finish, so their giant tournament winner gets a shot, or winner gets in the main event of Wrestle Kingdom.
Okay, who won it?
Naito won it.
Oh, Naito won it.
So it was Okada. They did it weird this year. They did it. So normally they have 2 blocks.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna have 2 weekends.
Yeah,
isn't that how they normally do it?
Is
that for the Super Card?
That's for Wrestle Kingdom.
Oh, that's Wrestle Kingdom. Okay,
shows.
2 shows.
So
okay.
normally they do 2 blocks, and it's round robin, and then the winners of the 2 blocks face each other.
Okay, I'm caught up. Yeah.
This time they did 4 blocks, and they took the top 2 and then did like a tournament.
Okay.
And so like they had matches like Will Ospreay versus Naito in the semifinals was fantastic.
Okay.
Stuff like that. So it was Okada and Naito in the final, and just fantastic match.
Okay.
Naito won, so he'll get to face Sonata if Sonata's still champion by the time Wrestle Kingdom comes, which they were previously in a faction together. So
now when is Wrestle Kingdom?
Oh, not till it's like the first weekend after the new year. So it's a long time away.
Smarten me up to the way New Japan Pro Wrestling does like pay-per-view systems over there.
I couldn't even tell you. It's weird.
Okay.
They literally they'll do Wrestle Kingdom and then like.
Are they still kind of like stuck in like the late 80s era of like 4 big cards a year?
They have their big like Dominion's a big one, Wrestle Kingdom.
But do they have so like Wrestle Kingdom, Dominion, Supercard, things like that? Those are more for the world, the mainstream.
Yeah, they do smaller stuff like.
Do they do like would they do 12 pay-per-views a year, or they're not doing something like that?
No, they do like their shows that they have that kind of are like more like a house show feel, and then they'll have like a minor like Genesis or something like that. Like they're very
kind of like how Dynamite or AEW will do like things that make it feel a little bit
and stuff like that, and then they'll have their big
Winter is coming.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Fight for Fallen is this week with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre death match. Can't wait. Jeff Jarrett. Woo. So and then I have just one other thing. So I know we've talked about doing like Twitch like gaming.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
New game coming out. It was supposed to come out last Tuesday, but it got pushed back. It's called WrestleQuest.
Okay.
It's a pretty much a turn-based RPG, but it's all wrestling based. So like they have like Macho Man in it, Andre.
So is this a WWE?
No, it's not. It's just like.
So how do they have copyrights?
Because all the people that are it, like Andre has his own copyright. Macho Man has his own.
He does.
Yeah.
Like Hogan has his own, owns his own name. And
they have Macho Man, the Road Warriors, Andre, Jake the Snake, DDP.
So they're all a part of this.
Jeff Jarrett. No, and the thing is, so DDP and Jeff Jarrett are actually like fully in, like are part of the creative team for it.
Oh, cool.
So like this last week, Jeff Jarrett's like I sent you that video of Greg Miller who does stuff with WWE getting hit over the head. They were doing press release stuff, so people were playing it. That is one they got put. So Monday night they did the one where with Greg Miller getting hit, and then the next day they delayed it from that day till the 22nd of this.
Why?
I don't know. I'm going to buy it the day it comes out because it looks awesome.
You gotta love when you get a great press release.
I know.
And
then that is something I will be streaming.
Well, what they did was they probably built the anticipation. They thought it was better to do that. So you're saying that I can get my dream match fantasy booking here of Jeff Jarrett versus Andre the Giant.
So it's not in that sense. It's so like your play as a character that like, and they're all like.
Is this like a first person game?
No. So it's like old school like.
Is it wrestling? Am I wrestling?
No. Oh, here to put it. Have you ever played like Final Fantasy? Any of those games?
No, but
so
like
they're turn-based games. Like take Pokemon. Pokemon's a turn-based game.
Okay.
So it takes place when you're doing your battles.
Gotcha.
You're in a wrestling ring.
Gotcha.
All your attacks are wrestling based. So, but it's turn-based, and then at one point you can summon in help. So like you could summon in like the Road Warriors, and
cool.
They'll actually do like the Doomsday device, but it's all like all your characters are like they look like they have like the action figure look. So they have like the
they're all
arms and stuff, and it's just
that's cool.
It's like a cartoon looking thing.
But that's what people want. You know what I mean? So that's cool. So then,
and you can hit people with Jeff Jarrett.
I feel like though the roster depth on that can't be that deep because how many people actually have the rights to their name?
So here's one right here. I mean, they have Macho Man. There's the Road Warriors, Jake the Snake, Andre, Coco Beware.
Coco Beware has the rights to his name. I would never have thought he would have got
like I
that.
said, DDP, Slaughter. There's a bunch of other ones in it.
Interesting.
But yeah, like it looks awesome.
Okay.
But like I said, once I get it, I'll stream it.
Yeah. Let's.
That's like it's hard to see. Like,
okay, gotcha, dude.
That
looks that's brand new, but that looks like 80s.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like the old school style. I'm like, oh, I can't wait.
WrestleQuest
comes out the 22nd of this month.
Hey, get hip to it. Get hip.
Yeah,
I don't have too much more other than that. I think I'm excited for this week to kind of see what they do on Raw if they introduce Cody's next opponent.
Yeah.
Because the big thing is that to me it's going to have to be a Judgment Day member because right now there's a lot of people hurt. I will ask you this. What are they going to do with the tag team championships now that KO and Sami Zayn are both hurt?
They'll probably, I don't think I mean,
they're just going to
they'll do what they're going to do with Roman. They'll probably just hold them and not.
Okay, they're not. You don't think there's going to be a vacate at all? Okay.
If it wasn't how Sammy and KO won them and how big of a moment that was, I could see them. But
yeah, I'm with you.
Is that.
But New Day did just get they made their comeback this week, so you could see them getting them. You know what I mean?
I love the New Day.
New Day rocks.
New Day rocks.
New Day rocks. Yeah. What are you looking forward to this week? This calendar week?
This calendar week, I'm just looking forward to see what more matches for All In are
announced.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm excited to really see where the LA Night Miz goes.
Yeah, I really hope there's a follow up on Monday, at least from the Miz's standpoint. With that being said, again, draft don't mean shit.
Yeah.
Don't mean nothing. I hate it when things don't mean things. They need to matter. Things need to matter. You matter to me.
Thanks, man. You matter to me. You know who else matters? Jeff Jarrett. That's what I'm excited for. The Texas Massacre death match.
Yeah, I figured you would be.
Jeff Jarrett versus Jeff Hardy. The Jeffs going at it.
Oh, man.
It's Jeff on Jeff violence.
Chop bet. Oh, who am I?
Yeah, who do you get? Let's see if I can get it.
I was going to give you the one that my buddy gave me.
Okay.
Problem is, I can't remember all of the facts he gave me. Okay, I'll try to remember as many facts of this as I can. All right, who am I? I'll give you just the basics.
Okay.
American-born wrestler.
Okay.
Been in every major promotion minus AEW. Minus WCW.
Okay.
Was the face... I'm not going to say this. Not the face. Biggest name, in my opinion, in TNA history. Who am I?
AJ Styles.
AJ Styles.
You're wrong.
Who?
He was in WCW. Though he did wrestle in WCW.
Who?
AJ Styles did.
As what?
At the end of his.
He started in WCW, 98.
Yep.
He started in WCW. Yep. That's right, he did. Yeah. Who was his? He debuted in WCW in 98.
Yeah,
you're right.
Before he went to TNA.
That's right.
They were going to bring him, they thought about bringing him into WWE.
That is right, dude. Because actually, within 3 years, he was gone.
Yeah.
He was. Mm-hmm. That's right. I like I said, I couldn't remember all the clues with that one. I just was curious if you would have known that one.
Man, I thought you were when you said American born, I was about to be like, Jeff Jarrett?
Yeah, I'm not.
And then you said AEW.
I will never who am I Jeff Jarrett on this show.
Why? Why do you not like Jeff Jarrett?
Because you love him so much.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though, Rob.
Because he loves him so much.
Rob, a thing behind me. So growing up, I watched a lot of TNA. Like when around that time, Jarrett, about the time the main event Mafia area around there. So mid 2000s. Like that.
Yep. Bully Ray and
or before Bully Ray
I thought he was part of the main event Mafia.
No, he wasn't. No, that was.
Aces and Eights.
Yeah, that was way before that.
Okay, gotcha.
Like the moment when Kurt Angle had every single championship.
Gotcha.
That was when he was Perk Angle. Like when Samoa Joe was still kind of an unknown, but was like still kicking butt. Christopher Daniels, the Fallen Angel.
Yep.
Like
watching the X Division,
Motor City Machine Guns, Team 3D, Beer Money, LAX, the original, like LAX Homicide and Hernandez were like my favorite tag team.
Was the Hardys there yet? Or was that before?
That was before Jeff.
Jeff might have been.
Jeff was coming in there.
Okay.
Christian Cage, Booker T was there at the time. I used to watch it a lot. And then they made their video game, and I loved that.
So
Shark Boy.
Of all those names, though, Jeff Jarrett's the one that sticks out.
If you would have asked me before Jeff Jarrett debuted in AEW, I would have been like, either I would probably said Kurt Angle or AJ Styles. Now I'm like, I love Jeff Jarrett. I think he's just, as we talk about, Jeff Jarrett was so relevant, in TNA because he was the head guy.
But that's,
and I know, but then he went away for a long time, and then he did his little comeback on the Indies, like the last Outlaw. And he was doing stuff with Effie and things like that. And then
he came back to the Rumble.
Yeah.
He was in part of WWE for a second there.
In the Hall of Fame. He was backstage. And then when he popped up on AEW, I'm like, okay, they said he's a backstage kind of guy. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, that's awesome. They're going to have Jeff Jarrett's a legend. Like, he's probably
a veteran.
And then seeing him in the ring, and I'm like, man,
he still got it.
I love Jeff Jarrett. Like, I remember him I hated him because I remember an angle because, he's married to Karen Jarrett, who was Kurt Angle's wife.
Yeah.
And I remember they had a whole thing where they had a feud.
Personal.
And, he stole. It was so personal, and he won Kurt Angle's gold medal. And it's like, okay, I remember Jeff Jarrett, and to see him hit somebody with a guitar is awesome. Every time to me, I'm like, I love it.
All right, so I get it. I get the nostalgia with him. So all right, here's my issue. I can't like Jeff Jarrett because Jeff Jarrett likes Jeff Jarrett too much, and I'll explain to you what I mean. And I kind of have in the past, but I'll do a better job. I think Jeff Jarrett thinks of himself. He talks about himself.
Like Hulk Hogan.
Like he's freaking Hulk Hogan. And in my eyes, he's not even Cody Rhodes. Like, he's not even the best thing that came from, I'm being honest. Who's a more popular, okay, this is my opinion. I'm sure you're going to say the opposite. I don't think he's bigger than Road Dogg. And Road Dogg was his gimmick manager. You understand what I'm saying? I think Road Dogg's high was higher than Jeff Jarrett's high has ever been. That's my opinion.
Jeff Jarrett was multi-time IC champion.
That doesn't mean nothing. There's been a lot of...
That was when the IC title meant something.
No. The IC title has always been... I think the IC title has always meant something based on who's carrying it. Yeah. And I think it's had its waves, and I think when Jeff Jarrett had it, I don't think it meant shit. That's just, look, you don't think
ain't I great.
Ain't I great.
I great.
So we can agree that his run in WWE was not good. Or no, I say not good. Don't get me wrong. It was fine. I think he was he was a mid-card guy.
Yeah, he was.
But I think he thinks he's the top dog.
Well, when you get power like you did in TNA,
Who's better on the mic, Road Dogg or Jeff Jarrett?
Rob,
Jeff Jarrett's a better wrestler.
I think I'm going to say Jeff Jarrett because I think Road Dogg is just
what?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys,
I don't. You think he's just he's memorized that one line,
and he has it down, and
I think he was the improvised guy before there was improvised, before Acclaimed and before John Cena, and he used to just come out and talk. He had no music. It was just him talking on the mic. He just would come out and talk to the crowd, and then that was.
The Road Dogg, just
Anyways, my point is that that's my issue, is that I've never seen Jeff Jarrett on the stage that Jeff Jarrett thinks he should have been on. And when I would watch TNA, because I'd sprinkle in it, because Hogan, I remember they thought they were going to Monday Night Wars.
Yes.
They went to Monday Night Wars.
My period of like really watching TNA was before Hogan came.
Before Hogan came. Okay.
So when they still had, the 6-sided ring.
So you
had Consequences Creed. Who's that?
Well, that would be Apollo Crews.
No.
Or who?
Xavier Woods. That's what he was.
Oh, that's cool.
That was his name.
That's cool.
And he came out wearing he had the huge afro, had the shorts like Apollo.
Okay, so I'm gonna tune you into a conversation that Ben and I have been having then, and it sounds like you might even agree with him to a certain extent. Maybe you won't. But like, maybe I'm the old head on this show, and I am older than you. But he sent me something the other day, and he said, I'm going to die on this mountain. 2023's WWE roster is better than 2002's. And I said, I was mowing, and I was like, I'm going to give you 10 names off the top of my head without even thinking about it. Chris Jericho, Brock Lesnar, The Rock, Triple H, The Undertaker, Kane. Stone Cold was not there that year. Kane, Kurt Angle, Chris Benoit. Edge. HBK came back. Edge was starting. John Cena was just starting. Randy, I think he was 03, 04. He was coming. Yeah. Anyways.
Leviathan.
But what he what he's saying is that all these guys the storylines are better now for these guys, and that there was no storyline then.
I think the storylines are better, but those you're not going to have. No, but that's how Damian Priest ain't going to be
right.
Remembered.
Like I told him rank your top 10 now and rank them then, and we had a debate, and we found some common ground. But I look at all those guys that you just named from TNA that you love, and that's your childhood, and I'm not crapping on that because I love the sport of what you're
crapping on it.
I am a little bit, okay. But I look at those guys as
I don't feel bad for chopping you though.
Those are great mid card guys. Like that have some of those guys evolved to top card guys.
I was gonna be like,
not all of them.
AJ Styles,
but like give me the biggest name outside of AJ Styles.
Joe.
Okay,
who should have been WWE? I blame WWE for.
I agree. No, he should have been. But okay, even if he would have got the WWE push, do you think he ultimately ends up in like the top tier of wrestlers?
No, he won't. I can.
So that's where I'm at.
I got one for you.
Go ahead.
Kazuchika Okada.
What about him though?
He was in TNA for a while.
So
had the worst gimmick. They made him be pretty much the driver, the Japanese driver from the Green Hornet.
Oh, they did not. Yeah, they did not.
They did. That's why for the longest time, New Japan wouldn't do anything with
TNA.
With TNA
because they thought it to be offensive.
Yeah, because like Shinsuke went over there for a little bit.
Shinsuke was on TNA
for a little bit. He had one match. Tommaso Ciampa had a match on there too.
I did know that.
No, but like they would send their people on excursion, their Japanese like young lions.
Okay.
And they would usually get treated really bad.
That's poor.
Yeah.
Well, that's Deep South wrestling down there. You got some Deep South writers.
That's Jeff Jarrett for you.
That's Jeff Jarrett, baby.
Ain't I great?
Hey, I'll stop shitting on it. I'm not. I love all those guys, but like I guess my point with comparing to what Ben was saying is that I love all those guys now, but like when you start comparing it to the Sharks of the heyday, those guys aren't those guys.
None of those guys are going to be like. If I had to go at the moment, like Angle was huge, Sting was big.
Yep.
At the time. Those are the only ones who you could put like are
all right.
And AJ Styles, but AJ Styles was still young at that point.
Where does AJ Styles fall in your top? All right, I'm going to ask this because there's always two ways to ask this. There's your personal favorites. Let's put that aside. What you think is the top, 100 wrestlers of all time when you put together the whole package? You know what I mean? Gimmick, character, storyline, accomplishments. Promos, things of that nature, right? Moments, things of this nature. Like we talk about the Rushmore, right? Mm-hmm. Like where would someone like an AJ Styles fall on that list? You think he's top 50?
Yeah, he's definitely top 50.
I think it's easy to say that, but when you sit down and actually do it.
No, I think
you think he's top 50?
Because you have to include his whole career.
His whole career.
And you have to think, I mean, pretty much TNA original, probably most successful person from TNA.
Okay.
New Japan won the big title, was a leader of the Bullet Club, multiple time WWE champ.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm going to put together a list of top 50 wrestlers, okay? And I'm going to see where I think he would fall. Because I think it's harder than you think.
I think he's in top 50 easily.
You think easily?
Easily.
So I'm going to throw a name that I think is in the top 50, and you tell me if he's better career than this guy. Scott Hall.
Better career.
Better career?
Yeah.
Bigger. Scott Hall had a bigger impact in wrestling.
I mean, yeah, with just being that one of the outsiders. I mean,
NWO, he changed the game.
And I mean, the ladder match with Sean.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. He had those moments.
But I'm looking also at accolade too. But Scott Hall.
I mean, yeah,
IC
that was his biggest thing is IC.
And a tag title in WCW.
Yeah.
Did he ever win the big gold in WCW? I don't think he did he?
No, never won the big gold, and he never won. Hell, I don't even think he ever won it as Razor Ramon. No. So I'm not saying I think Scott Hall's better. I'm just an equivalency.
I think Scott Hall would be in top 50 as well, though.
But see, I think you're just.
I think AJ's like
all right,
top 25 in my opinion.
Okay, so where does someone like I'm trying to think. Oh, we got someone here. Callum 2007-657. My favorite four wrestlers: Will Ospreay, John Moxley, Brian Danielson, and Pac. Oh, we got Pac in there. All right. The bastard got a fan.
Getting some love.
That a boy. Going back to this though, just real quick, because I do think when you start listing these names, people start dropping, and you're like, okay, AJ Styles or Kane. And I think Kane isn't top 20. I think I can name 20 guys before Kane. So I don't think it's easy to say. I think it feels like there's not been 50, but I think he would be. I think Styles is probably closer to like at 35 to 75 range without knowing on top of my head these names.
Okay. I mean, I see where you come from.
That's a big range.
Kane in like
just
30, 40. Range.
Do you think Kane? I'm just saying.
I love Kane
compared to AJ Styles, though.
Oh, AJ Styles is better
than Kane.
Yeah. But I'm putting accolade a lot more.
I'm not putting that much in accolades because that's a written in thing.
It's gotta be Kane.
It's gotta be Kane. I like this game. We'll play this game in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed yourself tonight. If you didn't see, I will post the chop that came. I think it's gone. I'm not 100% sure.
There's still a little.
Is there still a little? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. My man here, Sonny Batunski, won the chop bet at SummerSlam. I said there would be 17 chops in the Gunther. Yeah, dude, let's do it one more time. Look at this. This is bad. Push yours out there. Oh, my God. Yeah, I thought there would be 17 chops in the Gunther-Drew McIntyre match. He thought there would be more than 20. There was a hell of a lot more than 20.
But
I lost.
Till the end.
We'll have to figure out what the next chop bet is. Now, question.
Answer.
When we do chop bets, is that only when we think we're counting the amount of chops in a match?
I think we can do. I mean, those are the best ones because it's. I mean, the exact same thing. We could do something random.
Like I mean, every card should there be a.
We can do a super kick bet, and we get to super kick each other.
That's what I was trying to get to. I want to see you super kick me.
I can get my leg up
I'm
there.
not saying you can. I just want to see it.
You'd have to sell it pretty well, though.
Callum says my hot take: Will Ospreay is better than Kenny Omega. I'm not sure that's a hot take.
He does have a lot. He has the most 5-star matches in history.
I'm not crapping on that take. I'm not saying it's a hot take. I think you'd find a lot more people that agree with you than
especially now.
Yeah.
If you probably would have asked 5-ish years ago, probably not now. Yeah. Well, everything Will Ospreay does is almost.
Okay, real quick. Kenny Omega, where is he in the top 100? Just give me a range. Number 5 of all wrestlers of all time?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
He's changed wrestling. Changed the world.
Changed the world.
I have a shirt that has him holding the IWGP United States Championship. It says "Change the World" on it. It's awesome.
It's so hard for me to. I get what you're saying.
You need to watch your mouth, or I'll chop you again.
Oh, dude, are we going promo battle? Your ass is so pasty. Hulk Hogan snorted you in the 80s. The last thing I'll say, and then we'll get off here tonight, is basically it's so hard for me to agree with what you're saying on those because those guys are such indie darlings and work their ass off to get to the point they are, but have yet to grant themselves the opportunity on the big stage where there's a more mainstream audience. That doesn't mean that you're wrong.
Yeah.
I just think it's harder for me to say he's changed wrestling when like if you were to ask, I bet 75% of like WWE fans don't know who he is. And that doesn't mean that they're the right fans.
Yeah. But, you know, if he goes to WWE, they change his name to Kenny Olivier, and he'd probably be jobbing out to Bronson Reed.
It would just be Kenny.
Kenny.
Oh, Kenny! Remember him?
Spirit Squad.
Spirit Squad. All right, hey, we hit the hour and a half mark. That's us. We'll see you guys next week. We are Johnny Bang Bang, the Bang Bang Boys. We'll see you guys. Sonny Batunsky, Johnny Bang Bang. See you next week. Peace.
Peace.